I stepped rolling outside of my marriage and had a extramarital affair that ultimately ended in a divorce to an incredibly wonderful woman, not because anything was flawed in the marriage or in her, but in my own immaturity for the level that I was getting ready to go into. And when that happened, I think I was one of the first, if not the first, I don't want to take the honor, the first real black pastor to go through being castigated over the internet.
That Peter saw that you sent to Mr. Chocolate talking about, oh, I can't wait to see you again. The man that you've been sleeping with. The man that you've been going around having an affair with as a married. Oh, no.
Jamal Bryant has never exactly kept his love life quiet, and now with a new first lady on his arm, the spotlight is back on him again. As he steps into this new chapter, old rumors are resurfacing, especially the long-running speculation about his alleged connection to Phaedra Parks and the mystery nickname Mr. Chocolate. For years, fans of the Housewives franchise have debated whether Jamal was secretly tied to that storyline, even though he has publicly denied dating Phaedra. At one point, the gossip was so loud that some viewers believed Phaedra could have potentially stepped into a First Lady role at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. The idea alone sent reality TV fans into a frenzy. While none of those claims were ever officially confirmed, the overlap between church leadership, reality television drama, and Atlanta's social circles created one of the messiest rumor cycles the franchise has seen. And even now, people are still trying to separate fact from fiction.
Oh no, honey, I know he looked chocolate.
Don't say chocolate. Buzzword, don't say chocolate.
After Jamal Bryant stepped to the pulpit and New Birth and publicly defended the outfit his wife wore to a black tie event, things took a sharp turn. Instead of just shutting down the fashion critics, he reportedly called out certain church members and suggested some were too focused on appearances and finances. That comment did not sit well. Social media wasted no time digging into his past, and critics quickly started bringing up old rumors. There have long been whispers about Jamal having multiple children with different women and quietly handling matters behind the scenes. Those claims have circulated for years, though not all have been confirmed. Still, once the internet smells controversy, it connects every dot it can find. That is when Phaedra Parks' name got pulled into the mix. Back when Phaedra was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, her then-husband Apollo Nida was facing serious federal fraud charges. Even before sentencing, many viewers could see prison time was likely. On the show, Phaedra stood by Apollo publicly, saying she would support him no matter what. But as the legal pressure increased, the dynamic shifted. Online gossip later suggested she and Jamal may have grown close during that season of turmoil. Those rumors have never been proven in court, but they continue to resurface whenever Jamal trends. Whether coincidence or deeper connection, the timeline keeps people talking.
And I'm going through the phone, and I see all these messages with her and the guy flirting, her sending him these pictures and talking about, it's all, they showed it all. It's all online, how she's had a couple drinks, she's feeling a certain way, and all just inappropriate shit. And how she can't wait for me to leave, so I guess that they can do whatever they're doing. She texted, not me.
According to what played out on the show and in interviews later, Apollo was the first to publicly suggest that something was going on behind the scenes. As his federal fraud case intensified, the pressure on their marriage was obvious. Court dates, legal fees, and media attention were weighing heavy. But Apollo hinted that beyond the stress of the trial, Phaedra was acting distant. He claimed she seemed more private than usual, guarded with her phone, and emotionally checked out. That shift raised red flags for him. It did not take long before Apollo went public with accusations. He alleged that while Phaedra was presenting herself as a loyal wife on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was already emotionally moving on. He suggested she had been communicating with another man for months and was preparing for a new chapter of her life. Apollo also made the serious claim that Phaedra had knowledge of aspects of his legal troubles and was not as blindsided as she appeared. Those allegations were never proven in court, and Phaedra firmly denied working against him. She maintained that Apollo was lashing out because he was hurt and facing prison time. Then the storyline took another turn. On the show, it was eventually revealed that Phaedra was indeed dating someone new. The mystery man was saved in her phone as Mr. Chocolate. His identity was not fully confirmed at the time, but cast members acknowledged she seemed happier in private than she did on camera. Candy even commented that once the tears stopped rolling, Phaedra would light up talking about this new relationship. That contrast kept viewers questioning what was really going on behind the scenes.
We both know you was counting down the days till he went away anyway. He relieved you, because really he was giving you drama at the time, and you was ready for him to damn go.
But it doesn't matter if you're ready for somebody to go or not. That doesn't mean that it doesn't come with a lot of emotion.
Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop, because I don't want to even say anything crazy to you.
But what I'm saying is you're making it light. Like,
I'm making it light because you made it light to me. You was already talking to other people before your husband even went to jail. When we would talk, you'd be like, you planning to marry somebody else by the new year.
Later on, Phaedra did acknowledge that there was indeed a man she had been communicating with during the breakdown of her marriage. However, she pushed back hard on the narrative that it was some full-blown secret affair. According to her, the situation was being exaggerated for drama. She explained that as her relationship with Apollo became strained and emotionally exhausting, she leaned on someone who made her feel heard. In her version of events, it was mostly texting and conversation, nothing physical and nothing that crossed the line the way critics were suggesting. Phaedra framed it as emotional support during a chaotic chapter of her life. With Apollo facing prison time and their household under intense public scrutiny, she says she felt isolated. Cameras were rolling, blogs were speculating, and every move she made was dissected. In that environment, she claimed she needed someone outside of the storm to talk to. She insisted it was companionship in a tough moment, not a calculated betrayal. Of course, viewers were divided. Some believed her explanation made sense. Marriages under legal and financial pressure can crumble quickly, and emotional distance often shows up before the official breakup. Others were not convinced. They pointed to the timing, the secrecy around Mr. Chocolate, and the fact that she seemed emotionally invested before her marriage had formally ended. To them, the relationship looked like more than casual texting. The truth likely sits somewhere in between perception and reality. What is clear is that once the story hit television, it became bigger than whatever actually happened. Rumors multiplied, identities were speculated about, and every detail was amplified. Whether it was emotional support or something deeper, the situation added another layer to an already messy public divorce, and kept the spotlight firmly on Phaedra long after the season ended.
there was a man I was speaking to that was encouraging me. I was going through a very rough time. We would talk on the phone, send a text, never seen him, never held his hand.
Is this the guy that Apollo said was Mr. Chocolate?
No.
No. Is that does that person
The chocolate
exist?
he is talking about is my girlfriend, which is white chocolate.
Please.
But even after Phaedra admitted she had been talking to someone, the biggest mystery remained. Who exactly was Mr. Chocolate? The nickname alone had viewers hooked. She made it clear she was going to protect his identity at all costs, which only made people more curious. When someone goes that hard to keep a name hidden, folks assume it has to be someone well known. The secrecy made it feel bigger than just casual texting. For a while, it was all speculation. Blogs tossed out guesses, fans created timelines, cast members dropped hints without saying too much. The more Phaedra tried to downplay it, the louder the curiosity got. People wanted receipts, not riddles. Then Cadillac Kimberly stepped into the chat. After reportedly falling out with Phaedra, she began spilling details that sent shockwaves through the gossip world. According to her claims, Mr. Chocolate was not some random businessman. She suggested he was someone prominent, someone the public would recognize. These statements were allegations and not confirmed in court, but once they were said out loud, the internet ran wild. Kimberly's fallout with Phaedra added another layer of tension. When former friends start talking, audiences tend to listen closely. Whether her motive was revenge, frustration, or simply telling her version of events, the damage was done. Suddenly, the mystery man was no longer just a nickname saved in a phone. He became part of a larger storyline involving betrayal, secrecy, and public image. At that point, it was no longer about whether Phaedra was texting someone. It became about who she was texting and why his identity needed that much protection. And once a name starts floating around in Atlanta's social circles, it does not stay quiet for long.
There was conversation about a man that was encouraging Phaedra, okay? And that was her friend before she became divorced. If she's divorced, that was Jamal Bryant. She told me that.
When people compare Phaedra to Kenya Moore and throw around words like evil, that is more about reality TV drama than verified facts. On The Real Housewives of Atlanta, both women have had their fair share of messy moments, sharp reads, and explosive storylines. That reputation alone makes it hard for fans to separate entertainment from real life. Now, regarding the rumors about Phaedra allegedly dating someone while still legally married, many believe cast members avoided speaking on it directly because they did not want the backlash. Phaedra has always been quick with her words and strategic in how she handles conflict. Stepping into that fire without proof would have been risky. The name that kept surfacing in gossip circles was Jamal Bryant. Allegedly, he was the man Phaedra had been connected to during that time. These claims were never confirmed in court, but they spread fast online. Some fans even said they could picture Phaedra stepping into a first lady role at a major church like New Birth. On paper, it would have looked like a power move, a polished Southern attorney paired with a high-profile pastor. However, Jamal reportedly had his own complicated history. There were long-standing rumors about him being linked to multiple women in Atlanta, including whispers about Malaysia Pargo from Basketball Wives. Again, these remain allegations, not proven facts. As a pastor, additional scandal would have been the last thing he needed publicly. The situation allegedly created tension in Gizelle Bryant's relationship. At the time, Gizelle and Jamal had announced they were giving their romance another try. They were attempting to rebuild after years of ups and downs. But once Gizelle went public with the reconciliation, critics quickly brought up the alleged overlap with Phaedra. Social media questioned timelines and accused Gizelle of tolerating disrespect. From the outside, it looked chaotic. One man, multiple rumored relationships, and public reputations on the line. Whether the connections were real or exaggerated, the optics alone fueled backlash. Gizelle faced criticism for staying. Phaedra faced speculation for allegedly entertaining a pastor. Jamal faced renewed scrutiny over his dating history. In reality TV culture, perception often becomes louder than proof. Allegations can shape narratives long before facts are confirmed. What remains clear is that the overlapping timelines, secret nicknames, and public reconciliations created a storm that none of them could fully control once it hit the blogs.
I mean, Jamal and I have been through a lot. You know, there's a lot that people say, and we're.
But when y'all were
understand it.
announcing that y'all got back together, he told his girlfriend at the time that it was just reality TV and it wasn't true.
Thanks.
How do you know that? How do you know?
Because the lady who he's been dating for years,
She's
the only
been
time they
waiting
took a
to
pause in
draft
their
these
relationship
receipts
was
for a
when
while.
She's a pastor, and she reached out to me a long time ago. She sent a bunch of screenshots, pictures of him in her bed and everything else. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going there. I don't play dirty. But
Sounds like
since
rumors.
Gizelle likes to play dirty,
Rumors, right?
I'll go ahead and return since I'm here right now. But he's definitely been talking to another woman, and it's clear conversations. And if you'd like to see him, I got him in my little receipt book.
According to Jamal, once the rumors started getting louder and the blogs would not let up, that is when he made a conscious decision to create distance. He has said that as speculation began affecting not just his name, but also his church and family, he realized he needed to shut things down quickly. From his point of view, the smartest move was to step back and make it clear there was no romantic relationship to begin with. He reportedly told anyone who would listen that there was nothing going on between him and Phaedra. In interviews, private conversations, and church settings, he maintained the same message. No secret romance, no hidden relationship, just gossip spiraling out of control. He continued to deny ever dating her and framed the entire situation as internet exaggeration mixed with reality TV drama. The timing, however, is what keeps people talking. Around that same period, Jamal and Gizelle were publicly attempting to reconcile their relationship. They had announced they were giving things another shot, trying to rebuild trust after years of ups and downs. Once that reconciliation became public, the alleged connection to Phaedra added even more heat. Social media questioned the overlap. critics accused him of juggling narratives. Supporters argued that rumors are not proof. From a leadership standpoint, Jamal likely understood the weight of perception. As a senior pastor of a major church, even whispers can damage credibility. Church communities often hold their leaders to strict moral expectations, so distancing himself quickly may have been as much about protecting the institution as protecting himself. Still, skepticism lingered. Some observers pointed to insider chatter, social sightings, and the infamous Mr. Chocolate storyline from reality TV. While none of that amounted to confirmed evidence, it created a cloud that was hard to shake. In today's digital culture, once a name gets attached to a rumor, denial alone rarely erases it. Jamal's stance has remained consistent over time. He has never publicly acknowledged the romantic relationship with Phaedra and continues to deny that they ever dated. For his supporters, that consistency matters. For critics, consistency does not equal truth. At the heart of it all is a larger conversation about public figures, accountability, and the difference between rumor and reality. Was this a case of gossip running wild because of overlapping social circles? Or was there more happening behind closed doors that simply never became provable? What is undeniable is that the controversy forced Jamal into defense mode. Creating distance, issuing denials, and focusing on rebuilding his public image became part of the strategy. Whether people accept his explanation often depends on how they view his past. Some see growth, others see a pattern. And in situations like this, perception can be just as powerful as proof.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
He denied it.
Okay.
And I'm cool with that.
Did they date?
I don't know. He says no.
Okay.
She says yes. Who knows?
Oh, she says yes.
Well, she said yes to her friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Would you be upset if you found out that they had dated?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Care nothing about Phaedra.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
She's not important.
And now Jamal Bryant is in a brand new chapter with a brand new wife, and from the outside looking in, he seems completely locked in. He speaks about her pride, he defends her publicly, he moves like a man who does not want to lose what he finally has. In interviews and sermons, he has been very vocal about growth. He says he has faced his toxic patterns, learned from painful mistakes, and done the work to become a healed man. According to him, the version of Jamal people criticize belongs to the past. But here's the thing. When someone has a long history of public relationship drama, it's hard for people to just forget it. Jamal's name has been tied to cheating rumors, children outside of marriage, reconciliations that did not last, and alleged overlapping timelines. Even if some of those stories were exaggerated, they shaped how the public sees him. So when he says he's transformed, skeptics are not rushing to applaud. They're watching closely. They're waiting to see if actions truly line up with the new message. And then there's the bigger conversation about leadership. One critic recently said that the fact New Birth Missionary Baptist Church chose Jamal as senior pastor says more about the institution than about him. That comment sparked serious debate. Some believe churches should hold leaders to extremely high moral standards, especially when preaching about family, faithfulness, and discipline. Others argue that faith is built on redemption, and a pastor who has stumbled but grown may be more relatable than one who pretends to be perfect. That divide is real. The accountability question keeps coming up. If a pastor has repeated public controversies involving women, should there be consequences beyond apologies? Should there be oversight? Or is forgiveness enough? Critics argue that leadership requires visible consistency. They say if a pastor cannot demonstrate stability in his personal life, it weakens the authority of his pulpit. Supporters counter that everyone has a past, and that spiritual leaders are human too. Now, let's address the hypothetical that still floats around online. Would Phaedra have made a strong first lady at New Birth? On paper, she has the presence. She's educated, polished, media savvy, and comfortable in high-profile spaces. She knows how to command a room and how to build a brand. From a public image standpoint, some think she could have elevated the church's visibility. But being a first lady is not about aesthetics or charisma alone. It's about stability, unity within the congregation, and setting a tone for the ministry. Given the rumors and backlash that were already brewing, her presence might have brought just as much controversy as influence. Meanwhile, Jamal's current wife appears to be stepping fully into the role with confidence. He publicly defends her fashion choices, her presence, and her right to stand beside him without criticism. That protective energy signals that he's serious about this marriage. But the court of public opinion does not hand out clean slates easily. At the core of this entire debate is a larger tension between redemption and reputation. Can someone with a messy romantic history truly lead a congregation without skepticism following him? Does personal transformation erase public patterns? Or does consistency over time have to prove the change? Jamal says he's healed. Critics say they will believe it when they see it long term. The church says he's their leader. Detractors say leadership demands stricter accountability. And the internet, as always, is divided. So what do you think? Is this a genuine transformation story unfolding in real time, or just another chapter in a familiar cycle? The opinions are loud, the debates are heated, and this conversation is far from over.